I have two camping ovens that I'm going to show you today. I have a Modern Innovations camping oven. I bought this about a year ago and I've used it about 30 times. It's been a great oven. I'm going to show you about it. And then today I also have a Coleman oven. I got this just this month. I've used it one time on a camping trip. And so today I'm going to kind of compare the two ovens on what I like about both of them. Both of them do work, so if you pick up either one, it's not really going to change much, but there's a few little differences that I'll show you. And because I've used this one for a year, I've had a few spots that have definitely shown some wear and tear, so I'll show you that. But I purchased this one last year. It was about $15 cheaper, $10 or $15 cheaper, and that's why I purchased it. But then this summer I was able to purchase this one, and now they're about the same price. So there's not much of a price difference between the two. So I'll show you some of the reasons why you might pick one over the other on these camp stoves. So both of them are fold-up stoves. They're real easy. You're just going to pull it open, pull up the top, put down the bottom, and you have your stove. And then it locks at the top and it locks on the bottom. It also locks when you're not using it. The same locks right here stop it from opening and closing. So they have the same style, locks top, locks bottom. And on the inside, they hold one grate to put stuff in. So they both fold up pretty small. As you can see, this one folds up and this one is about the same depth for both of them when everything is closed. However, the Modern Innovations one is a little bit taller and they are the same length from front to back. So this one, Coleman one, will pack up a little bit smaller, so something to think about. So one other part I'm going to talk about real quick is the handles. They say they're heat resistant handles and they're not going to get too hot, but this Modern Innovation one definitely gets hot when you're using it. Not a big deal. I use like a paper towel and open it up. The Coleman one has a little cork piece behind here, so that seemed to help a little bit on both sides, so that the metal's not going all the way through, but there's still the metal screw that goes through, so it still got a little bit hot. But I've only used this one time and it definitely was not as hot as the Modern Innovations oven. So as you can see, the Modern Innovations oven is a little bit larger than the Coleman oven, but I'm going to talk about the Modern Innovations oven first because I've used it the most. Like I've said, I've used this for the last year, lots of videos on my channel. So some of the things I've learned is that the metal did warp a little bit. They're about the same thickness, so this one might warp too. We'll just have to wait and see. Hasn't been a big deal. It still folds up, it still works, everything heats up. I can cook anything I want with it. But the main problem has been that my door will come off. So I'll show you that in a little bit. And the door has little folds that go around the little wire right here. And this has the same style of door, but this one folds a little bit over the top. And it looks like it might be a little bit sturdier. So that's one area where this has had problems, that the door falls off. I'll show you that in a minute. As you can see on the front, one of the main differences is the glass window. And I really like having the glass window because you don't have to open the door to see what's in it. And it hasn't gotten that dirty after all of the uses that I've had. Haven't burned much in here, so that helps. And there's no window on here, just the thermometer. And the thermometer on both of them, I assume, isn't even that accurate. This one's definitely hotter than the thermometer says. And same with this over here. This one cooked really fast. This one seemed to cook a little bit less quick, but that could have been I was using a different stove, so I don't know exactly for sure. However, it still got very hot very fast because most of my recipes that say if you have to cook it for 10 minutes, after 5 minutes, it's basically done. And so it does cook a lot faster because it's kind of a convection. The heat kind of comes up and throughout the top. One other difference is this is a little bit taller, and that's not something I really need, so I like that this was a little bit smaller. It just packs up a little bit smaller. I do wish it had the glass window because I really like that. This one is made of stainless steel. This one, it just says silver coated, so I don't really know what that means. However, there is a little bit of rust on here, mostly right down here, and then these little handle screw pieces. But other than that, it's held up pretty well. We definitely use it on camping trips and it gets wet and it doesn't really get washed till we get home. It doesn't have a lot of rust on it, and we'll see how this one holds up. Both of these come with one rack, and I usually just keep everything in the middle. They both have a bottom, a middle, and a top on each side. Pretty standard for both of them. Both of them work well on a camp oven. On the Amazon page for this one, it says you can use it over a campfire. I don't know if I really would. I did use it in my hot tent just to try something different, and I had a little bit of trouble getting it very hot, but that was mostly because I was having trouble getting my wood stove hot that day. I think you're just better off using these on your gas-powered stove when you're camping. In this one I've made cinnamon rolls, brownies, cupcakes, muffins. I've made a whole bunch of different things. And this one I've only made my biscuits and gravy. Both of them cooked everything fine. So I don't necessarily think one is better than the other at cooking. And I know I've only used this one once, but I think it's gonna work just as well as this. So some of the benefits, like I said, are that it's smaller for this one and this one has the glass. But let me show you this door real quick. So one of the problems is this one's starting to warp a little bit, and the door comes off when I open it pretty easy, just like that. As you can see, it has kind of these pieces right here, but they've gotten bent over time, and I could probably bend them back, I just haven't. But they both connect the same way with a metal pull right here, and then it kind of just opens on the edge. So we'll see how long this door lasts. But other than that, this thing is still in really good shape. So if it's something that matters to you, both of these are made in China, but as of right now, they're both about the same price. Like I said, so you're not getting a huge deal with one over the other. So to finish up, I have used both of these ovens on camping trips, and I think both of them are gonna work fine. This one I've used for a year, haven't had any issues except for the door coming off, but they've cooked all the meals that I've wanted. And then this one worked well when I used it last week. But some of the biggest changes are that this one's a little bit bigger, this one's a little bit smaller, and this one has the door that has come off after a year, which is kind of annoying, but it does have the glass window. So I like the glass window, and I guess I like that this one packs a little bit smaller, but I honestly didn't even notice it until I set them next to each other. And a little bit of a height issue didn't really make a difference for me when cooking because I'm always using the middle grate anyways. So if you're just looking for a camp oven, this is the first time I've had a camp oven over the last year, and it's been a lot of fun. Just something that you can add to a camping trip. You don't actually need one of these. These are just something that's kind of fun, but if you're at a trip and you want to try something new, that's where these come in very handy. And we've just had a lot of fun taking them and trying new things throughout the summer and on all of our trips. So thank you for watching this quick little comparison between the Modern Innovations oven and the Coleman camp oven, and we'll see you in the next video.